Geminis, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the Gemini birthday live reading video. For those guys who are new, welcome. This is going to be for the collective of Geminis. So if you have strong Gemini in your chart, you resonate with the energy of Gemini, even if it's not in your chart, or you're cross-watching for Gemini, or you're just drawn to come over here, then by all means you are welcome. Normally I do a couple of spreads. Now keep in mind that sometimes these spreads, even though I'm doing them for like different groups of Gemini, sometimes they correlate with each other. So you might resonate with all of them, none of them, one of them, a couple of them. Please use your own discernment as you are watching and viewing. You are the masters of your own life. You are the gurus of your own life. And I am just here as a messenger. Okay? I'm going to wait a couple minutes for the chat to fill up before I go ahead and get started. Hello. Hey guys. Tiki Booyah. It's kind of a cute name. Today's been a drag. Oh, I'm sorry. The moon is like shifting into Leo very soon if it hasn't already. And like the moon being in, and I talked about this in the weekly, but like the moon being in Cancer before Leo with everything we have going on right now, it's a little hard, especially on anybody who has like strong water in their chart. Like me. But you know, we're getting into the fire. We're getting some vitality very soon. Gemini party. Gemini here. The energy has been ridiculous. LOL. Oh dear. Oh my. The Saturn is messing me up. Yes, Saturn is retrograde now in Pisces. Aloha, Claudia. Aloha. Maui weather is nice. Water is amazing right now. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'm jealous. It's dry here. I do miss the ocean. I've been missing the ocean. I've also been... well, I mean, I don't words. There's been some stuff going on, at least like one very serious thing kind of going on in my family, and so I've kind of been in a weird space. So I've been taking a lot of time to like hermit, to bubble, to be in my own energy, and so I have been journeying a lot actually, which I've been needing to do. My guides have been like, "When are you gonna journey? When are you gonna journey? When are you gonna journey? When are you gonna journey?" So I've been journeying, and so as I've been journeying, it's been a lot of oceanic themes, whales, all the kind. It's been interesting. It's been interesting. Been loving the Venus energy. Gemini Sun and Leo Venus. Oh, you would be in a vibe, Jessica. Yeah, anybody who has strong Leo in their chart, like yeah, Moon, Rising Sun, Venus. I mean, even like North Node, but especially like with Venus, Moon, Rising Sun, like yeah, you'd be feeling yourselves, I think, or at least feeling a lot or feeling good on some level. Hope you're feeling better. I am. It's just weird because it's like I'm still processing. I'm processing a lot. And then I have a lot of emotion coinciding with it too. So it's like I'm okay though. I'm good. I am good. I've been needing to be like in my energy and in my space. Which, you know, makes sense. Makes sense for the stuff that's been going on. July is going to be dense, right? July is going to be dynamic. Dense, I think that depends on the reality you're choosing. But it's going to be dynamic, which I mean, for those guys who are not really familiar with like that kind of word, it just means there's going to be a lot of fast moving energy, a lot of movement, a lot of change, a lot of like activation, activity, a lot of needing to kind of be on our heels a little bit, be on our toes a little bit. In July. And so again, depends on the reality you're choosing, right? If you want to look at that as bad or dense or exciting and liberating, right? So glad to catch you live. Well, welcome. Let's go ahead and just as I want to get started, look who's here. Do you see the cattail? Clyde. As he just like slumps himself over the table. Come on, you know I'm working. Oh my God, don't do dead weight. Don't do dead weight. Come on, let me work. Thank you. Cat hair. I know you guys love him. You guys know, he likes to be a ham. He likes to take up all the space on the table. But I want to go ahead and get started. So first of all, Geminis, I was picking up on a couple different things. So these may pertain to the readings, they may not. They may just be straight channelings for some people who need confirmation, or it's just coming through in your field, etc. But there was one group where I feel like you're trying to get clarity for yourself. It has like a quest sort of a feel, like Oh my God, this cat. Hold on. Buddy, you got to choose a spot and stay. Okay? You can stay there. That's fine. Um, yeah, where I feel like there's a search, there's a quest for clarity, and that's like very Gemini too. Honestly, it's very Knight of Swords, like the never-ending pursuit of information or knowledge or skills. But to me, this feels like there's like we're trying to recover something is kind of how it feels to me, and this could very much be just a pure spiritual like process. Like this could be like trying to get clear on something that really matters to you, or maybe get clear on what you want to do, right? Or get clear on just who you are. It's like, but it's definitely a search for the Ace of Swords. It's a search for clarity, it's a search for truth, it's a search for information, but there's something about it that feels very solo, and has like this kind of like sojourn sort of feeling to it. And for some of you, this is very internal, not necessarily oh, interesting. I was gonna say not necessarily external, and then they told me shifting from external pursuit to internal pursuit also makes a lot of sense. Learning to rely more on your own inner compass for answers and for clarity versus external sources, which I think is great. Um, I just heard remembering. Yeah, I like it. Okay, again, it has this retrieval feel to it, right? It's like remembering, reclaiming, recalling. Again, it feels like a quest. It feels like a journey. Maybe some of you could benefit from journeying, which is something I need to prioritize as well, as far as working with people one-on-one for myself, for you guys. But anyway, coming back to you, Geminis, it's just that's something I was picking up on for some of you. Now, there's others of you where, I mean, okay, let's just call a spade, right? Where there's definitely some confusion, some disappointment. It really feels like disappointment that has like created confusion, because it's like when we're disappointed and we're not getting what we want or what we expect out of a situation, we're just like, why? Why did it not happen that way? Why? And again, this could coincide with the first feeling I was getting to, but this was more so in terms of a relationship. It could be a friendship, doesn't have to be romantic, or even like a family member or workplace. This kind of like, how did this happen? Where did things go awry? It has like a 5 of Cups, 7 of Cups kind of feel, which automatically to me says the 2, right? 7 minus 5 equals 2, which means that there's another person involved here. Yeah, and it just has this confusion about it. Like, how and why did this happen? Where did the misstep happen? Um, so, I mean, maybe you're going to get clear on that relatively soon. And to be honest, when things happen in relationships, there's always an ebb and flow, right? Relationships are not always going to be pristine. They're not always going to be like riding high. They're not always going to be super happy and fluffy and good times, right? No matter what kind of relationship we're talking about. So just keep in mind, Gemini, I want to say don't jump to conclusions. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, maybe just take time, maybe just take a moment to recognize like, things are a little weird or things are not turning out as you expected in terms of a relationship that you have, again, whatever kind of relationship that is. And also keep in mind that we are in the pre-shadow for Venus retrograde, and so maybe this is setting up the next few months with this particular individual to be learning something when it comes to relationships, how to devote yourself, how to come from the heart, how to love, how to receive, how to have fun, all that stuff. So just know that it could be part of that too. Okay. But yeah, so that's just some things that I was picking up on. But let's go ahead and get into a spread. And of course, he found his little spot on. I just realized I was like petting him, and like, well, I wasn't even conscious of it. And I was like, oh, you found a spot. All right, good for you. All right, Geminis. Where are we going to start for my Geminis? The past is calling. The past is calling. You may be having this come up in in your dreams, or literally the past is calling. It has this feeling of like past lives, has this feeling of old memories, nostalgia, people you used to have fun with. I feel like this is Venus, to be honest. I feel like this is the influence of the pre-shadow Venus retrograding in Leo, and also with Saturn retrograding in Pisces. I feel like that's exactly what this is. It has a very like dreamy, nostalgic, reminiscent sort of vibe. But again, it could be coming up more so in your dreams. I would really pay attention to your dreams right now. If anybody, for those of you guys who are experiencing this kind of energy, because there could be something there in terms of your past relationships, like they're trying to tell you something. It's like it's got that feeling like the past is calling to tell you something, to bring your attention to something that maybe you haven't realized about yourself or you haven't realized about those past experiences. Like I feel like everything is connecting that I've talked about already because it feels like retrieving clarity, like a nugget of information, a nugget of truth that you've been missing the whole time when it comes to either relationships, how to go about relationships, or even something about yourself. And I do feel like it's actually relating to your heart space as well. I feel like it's relating to your heart space as well. This is gonna be interesting. The past is calling. Because of that, I'm tempted to use the past life deck, but I mean, it's even like, yes, use me, use me, use me, but I'm like, I don't know. The past is calling. I feel like this is all psychic, spiritual. I would be shocked if you're getting actual physical calls from the past just yet. I feel like that's more so to happen in July and August for people. I feel like this is like, yeah, the past just calling you back through time. I know how that sounds, but like that's how it's coming across. It's very interesting. But yeah, okay, let's go ahead and get into a deck here. Come on, talk to me. I want to go with an oracle deck to start. Oh, you know what? Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. If I can get it. And you know, I've been sitting here with this hoodie on for a while, temperature-wise being fine, and now I'm sweating. And I swear it's just because I'm channeling now. Because I wanted some time before I went live, so I actually like posted the live like, I don't know, 45 minutes ago. And I've been chilling here fine, and now I'm sweating. Anyway. All right, using spellcasting, the spellcasting deck. All the decks I use are linked below, by the way. Oh, if somebody could do timestamps, I would greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. It's just one less thing for me to like be distracted by when I'm channeling. Anyway, let's go ahead. Any messages or insights from my Geminis? I just keep hearing that the past is calling, the past is calling, the past is calling. There's also this, it's remembering a feeling too. For some of you, there's like this call from the past, this search, this quest for clarity, right? It's like, I feel like there's a reclaiming of a feeling. Remembering what something felt like. Remembering what a certain experience brought you. Maybe you haven't felt it in a long time. Maybe you haven't felt it in a long time. And that's why the past is calling to remind you of this feeling, that you're capable of this feeling, or you're capable of having this experience, or you actually did have it at one point in time in your life. Oh, this is really interesting. Okay. Oh yes, please hit the like button. Please, please, please. If you're enjoying it, obviously hit the like button. If you're not enjoying it, I don't know why you're still watching. But if you are enjoying it, please hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Any messages or insights from my Geminis? Yeah, strong Piscean, dreamy vibes, dreamy psychic vibes. For some of you, this is really particularly around friendships. And you are a Gemini, so it also makes sense. You guys are like the sign of friendship, and collaborations and networking. It's almost like these like past versions of people have messages for, yeah, they have messages for you. They have messages for you, or they're reminders of what something used to feel like, or an old experience. Any messages or insights from my Geminis? Willpower. Okay. I'm getting, this is reminding me of the Two of Pentacles. Like there's like a balance here. It actually is reminding me of the Strength card as well. It's a very cool card. I don't know if you guys can see it. She's holding the Earth and the Moon in juxtaposition. Yeah, there's like a holding of balance of forces with this Willpower card. Are you at a standstill, Gemini? Are you at a standstill? Do you understand your own capabilities? I feel like you don't. I feel like you're missing something. Um, you're missing something. You're missing something about how to manage, how to manage, how to balance, how to continue, how to have progress and manage and balance at the same time. This is why the past is calling. It's to remind you that you're capable, and it's like I feel like again it's to recall an experience or a feeling that you used to have that you haven't had in a long time. That's almost like a requirement. Like it's a prerequisite for you to move into this energy, because I can feel stagnancy. I can feel like being stuck, like being at like a two of swords, a two of pentacles. um well, two of pentacles also indicates like balance and making choices. I feel like something's halted a little bit, but the past is trying to remind you. Ooh, is this what it's trying to remind you of, Gemini? Your passion? Ooh, I think it is. It's funny because they're kind of in similar positions too. Look at that. They're in similar poses. Very dance-like as well. I feel like I'm looking at two dancers. And maybe some of you guys are dancers. Maybe some of you guys used to dance. Maybe you don't dance anymore. But yeah, Gemini, what the past is trying to remind you of is your own passion. Your own passion. Maybe for some of you it's confidence. For some of you it's the ability to act from passion, to let people see your passion. But that's the missing piece, is passion. That might be why you're stuck. Maybe what you're doing right now, or maybe what you're doing or whatever's going on in your life or certain aspects of your life is actually lacking that. Maybe you're not actually enjoying certain things in your life anymore. Where's your passion? Where's your passion for life? Where's your passion for the things that you're doing? Even for the, okay, interesting. I just heard for the things you are claiming that you want. For the things that you're claiming that you want. That claiming. Some of you are attempting to do things that you don't actually really want, or maybe an old version of you wanted it, but you don't really, the version that you are now doesn't, and the passion's not there. Some of you want to be passionate about it, and maybe others of you, it's just a blockage of your own sacral energy. But either way, no matter how you cut it, no matter how this is manifesting, that's the missing piece. Remember when you were passionate. Look back on your past, especially if certain people are coming to you in dreams. Look back on your past. When did you last feel passion? When did you last feel a passion for life, an excitement, a desire? I just heard a thirst. I don't know where we're going with that. A thirst, a thriving for life, or the things that you were deciding to do. Where's that fire? Where is it? And again, for some of you, it's more, interesting too. I'm noticing this. Hold on a second. You see the line that's going across here? Look at that. And then the beam, the star. I will call it a star. But look, I don't know if you guys can see because it's hard with like all the glare right here. But yeah, it's like she's got like this light ray going across and the light ray going across right there. Excuse me. Some of you, it's just you have a blockage with that, of letting your passion come up and out and utilizing that, working from that without getting caught up maybe in your head or caught up on other things. And that can happen too, just from, adulting too much or, experiences that maybe made you feel like you couldn't prioritize your passion, right? Others of you, it's literally the things that you're doing, you're just not passionate about, and it's time to make that choice to change things up, right? So decide how that's going for you. Anything else for my Geminis? If the dream card comes out. I think there's a dream card in here. Interesting. Career. So this could pertain specifically to work for a lot of you. I mean, the career card's pretty cut and dry. It's about career. Or your career is affected by this. in some way. You could feel stuck in your career, and so it's stifling your fire in your life, or vice versa. Maybe the things you're doing in your life are snuffing out your fire, and so you don't have enough passionate fire and drive at work anymore, right? But your career is definitely part of this. It's affected by this. It's affected by this, or it's the core cause of this. All right. Interesting. Some of you have forgotten what you're doing and why you're doing it. It's time to reassess. It's time to reassess, and the past is trying to help you remember and reclaim that passion to bring it forward and get back on track with that. That's also like a huge part of Venus Leo, of this whole Venus Leo retrograde period. Okay. All right, let's get some more cards out here for that spread. Ooh, are we doing the cats? I do love the cats. I also love the unicorns. Oh, I also want to do the villains, actually. Why do I want to do it? Why do I want to do the villains? Why do I want to do the villains? We're just going to go classic. Let's go classic here. Oh, just cutting the deck. Look at that. Devil and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Remember Mufasa from Lion King. Oh, that would be a great movie to watch. For anybody who's resonating with this, that would be a great movie to watch, for sure. Again, for some of you, it's a block in your passion, and some of you, it's just you're literally doing things you're just not passionate about, and you need to make changes in relation to that. Clyde, can you move your tail? Thank you. He's like, no, I can't. Okay. For Gemini. Woo. Oh, my. All right. Willpower and the Tower. You guys know what the Tower is. It's unexpected events. It's fast changes, sometimes unexpected changes. Sometimes the Tower can indicate some kind of destruction. I don't feel like it's about destruction. I feel like it's a surprise. That's not necessarily a good one, but it's like that's what I'm feeling with the Tower. A little bit of like a shakeup, an event to make you question some things, to make you question what it is you're doing. It's like I feel like this is representing the physical reality. And I feel like this is representing like your internal flame here that is driving your external physical actions. Makes sense? And some of you, this passion card is snuffed out. And some of you, it's just not aligned. You're doing things that are not tuned into that, right? So here we have a Tower moment. This could have happened already. This could be upcoming here. But it's a shakeup to your physical reality in terms of, again, the things that are not aligned to your passion, or your passion is just being blocked, right? But unexpected surprise. Hold on a second. Clyde? Oh, buddy. Can you? Thank you. Okay. He'll be back. He's always back. This Tower doesn't feel great. I mean, I just gotta be honest. It feels shocking at first. It feels probably upsetting at first. But I feel like it's exactly what you need. Honestly, I feel it's exactly what you need for this. It could be minor, it could be major. It's going to be different for all of you. But yeah, the initial feeling I'm getting is like shock and disappointment. Shock and disappointment, shock and disappointment. But it's necessary. Some of you guys are going to try to resist this Tower. I really don't recommend doing that. I don't recommend resisting the Tower. Because it's trying to bring this forward. Yeah, it's trying to bring this forward. And for a lot of you, I feel like it's just a blessing in disguise. Anything else for my Geminis? This Tower, I almost feel like is throwing you off your foundation a little bit. Like, because like I can feel like you're in such the stance of holding, like whether it's coming off as stagnancy or just trying to maintain. And the Tower is like trying to throw you off, but it's trying to throw you off so you can get this. You can crack this open, so you can see that, so you can remember that. Yeah, don't resist this Tower. Anything else for my Geminis? Remember what I said? I feel like this is related to your heart space. And here you have the Ace of Cups in reverse. That's what the Tower is trying to show you. What you're doing in the physical, like as far as how you're maintaining your life, or there's certain like things that you're trying to go for, there's certain things that you're telling yourself you want, and I do want to say that you're claiming that you want. Your heart's not there. It's not there. It's not there. Either because it's blocked, you have a blockage in your heart or your sacral, or both. They're very much tied together. I mean, all the chakras are technically tied together. But the heart space, I feel like, has a very direct connection to the sacral, even though the solars are in the middle. But anyway, so some of you, your heart is closed off. Your heart's closed off, which means your soul, your passion is not involved in what it is that you're doing. Okay? Especially if this relates to career specifically. Yeah. Yeah. And others of you, it's like, this is to show you that right now you're walking a path that is not aligned to your passion. Even if your passion's open. I don't think it is, though. I think for most of you, you got a blockage here. Anything else for my Geminis? It's trying to show you your cup is in reverse. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I would say this is a closed off heart. This is a closed heart chakra. With the King of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse, that's what is trying to be shown to you. Closed off heart chakra. And you know, it's one of those things too, because I feel like some of you guys are like, no, my heart's open. I can feel it. I can feel the resistance to what I'm saying. For some of you, others of you, you're receiving it, but some of you, I can feel that resistance. Here's the thing. We're always living in whatever normal is for us until we hit a point of realizing, oh, there's different. There's better. There's a better way to live. There's a more vulnerable way to live. There's a more open way to live. And then you start living that, and then you look back and you're like, whoa, I was really closed off. Or whoa, I had some stuff I had to deal with, right? So it's like some of you guys, this has been your normal, and it's like I can feel some of you are resisting it because you're like, no, my heart's open. But if it's been normal for you, it's like it's been your normal. You understand what I'm saying? Like desensitized. There's been a desensitization to having a closed heart chakra. Right? Okay. Wow. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. I feel like there's some energy coming up that I picked up on in the weekly about like this dance of masculine, feminine, and tantra. I forgot what sign that was for. I don't think it was for the collective. I think it was for one of the elements. But I'm feeling that with the King of Cups and the Passion card. Because the King of Cups in reverse indicates that there's also a lack of emotional security to where you'd feel safe enough to have your heart open in the first place, right? And if you don't have that safety, you're not going to open. You're not going to be vulnerable, right? Justice in reverse. When justice comes out in reverse, it's indicating that there could be some karmic energies at play, that something is literally not going in your favor, or something is unfair or unjust, or something was. What's fueling this blockage is the Justice in reverse card. This feeling of of wrong being done to you, okay? Of wrong being done to you, whether that's really old or it's just, again, this lack of safety. This lack of safety. I don't even think you're like, I feel like this is very deep. Like, I don't think this is like super up close in your awareness of these feelings. It's hard to explain. There's something else here that I'm picking up on and I don't have words for it yet. Especially with Justice in reverse being there. Like, obviously you're doing yourself a disservice, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that, Gemini. There's something about your passion, your heart, your flame, How do I want to say this? How do I want to say this? Like, yeah, for some of you, it's trauma-based. Some of you, it's trauma-based. There's something about it that feels cutting. It's like, okay, I guess it's just the way it wants to come out. There's something about this where it feels like if your passion, your flame, your heart were just like an entity in and of itself, like just like a little ball of energy. Think of it that way. Like, I feel like it's been cut through. Does that make sense? Like, that's how it feels to me. It feels like something about it has been not just neglected, not just dismissed, not just suppressed, like something about it, I think deep down, maybe even in your programming, like you've been made to feel like it's wrong. Like something about it in and of itself is wrong. Oh, that's so weird. Anyway, we'll see if we come back to that. Let's keep going. Anything else for my Geminis pertaining to this spread? Interesting, a career. You do have the Queen of Pentacles upright. We do like seeing that. Makes sense with the career card. Thank you for the $22, Linda May. Thank you. Super generous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles with the career card. So this is being focused. This is being focused on your physical reality, which we already knew. We already knew that's what you were doing. It's like you're trying to maintain some sense of balance in your physical reality. And aren't we all? Right? Aren't we all? But this is you being focused on that, prioritizing that way more over the emotional. I mean, look at this cards, guys. And for some of you, this can definitely relate to some sort of relationship with Justice in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Cups in reverse. That could be a relationship fell apart or a divorce of some kind, you know, a splitting. That could totally be the case for some, and you would know who you are. But I feel like this is way more about you than just other people. Okay? So here you are, prioritizing the physical, potentially your finances, potentially health too. Feel a little bit of health going on there. Can I get one more for my Geminis? So while you're focused on that, you're still not happy. Nine of Cups in reverse. You're not fulfilled. Which makes sense, because why? Because that's not there. Because this isn't there. That's why you're not fulfilled. Even though you're trying hard to, again, maintain, your heart is just not in it. It's just not. It's just not. But the Tower is trying to show you that. So I'm going to try to get a card for the Tower. Can I get a card for the Tower, please? Again, do not resist this Tower. Please just let it happen. For some of you guys, this could be purely a heart chakra opening or a blasting opening. Don't resist that process. Can I get a card for the Tower, please? What's the nature of the Tower? Ooh. Just hit me in the face, that's all. Nine of Swords and Seven of Swords in reverse. Very mental. This Tower causes a lot of mental energy. There's also a Two of Swords energy there, which I was getting that a little bit for you before, right? Where there's kind of this like lack of clarity and a little bit of stagnancy. But this Tower is trying to show you the truth of what has been hidden from you or what you've literally been running from or avoiding with the Seven of Swords in reverse. And it's causing the Nine of Swords. It's causing probably a lot of rough nights, a lot of dream stuff, which I was already picking up for you. But yeah, it's like you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. You don't want to experience it. You don't want to acknowledge it, but it's happening. All right? It's happening. Oh, thanks for the 1999, Empress. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know what else to say to you, Gemini. It's happening. It's happening, so don't resist it. You might as well experience it. This also tells me that you're trying to stay in your head instead of going where it is you need to go, which is in your heart. And the rest of your body. Interesting. I'll show you guys that in a minute. I want to get all the cards out here. Any other cards for Gemini? Oh. Okay. You have so many cups. You have so many cups on the board. Ooh. Got another two. All right, so Four of Cups just came out, with King of Cups in reverse and Justice in reverse. Again, you're avoiding this. Linda May, Linda May, thank you. You don't have to send me any more donations. I do appreciate it. I do. But save your money. Finally managed a live gift. Had so much trouble. Love your help always. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Look at this. And now you have the Four of Cups there. Again, you're trying to avoid it. You're just trying to avoid the truth. You're trying to ignore that Ace of Cups. You're trying to ignore the fact that it's in reverse and it needs to be flipped upright. And then over here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups in reverse, look. We've got the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Three of Wands. There's the Ace right there with the 8 and the 9. This is all about your heart, Gemini. This is all about your heart. And the Three of Wands with the 8 of Cups in reverse, it's a little bit of a battle because the 8 of Cups in reverse is like, I'm going to hold on. I'm going to hold on. I'm not going to move forward. I'm not going to let go. I'm not going to flip this upright. Three of Wands, but you're trying to still progress. You're trying to move forward, but your emotions are like, no. It's an internal war. And that's why you're not having the full fulfillment you could be having. And not to say you're not experiencing some joy. You know, it's like you probably have, like you're probably grateful. Like, and the Queen of Pentacles is typically pretty grateful for what they have in their life, but emotionally, like you are not there. You are dismissive of it. You're cut off from it. But that's the whole point of the Tower, is to make you see that. Overall, we have the Two of Wands in reverse, indecisiveness. Oh boy, with the Emperor in reverse, there's the more masculine energy, and a King of Swords in reverse. All of your masculine cards are in reverse. All of them are in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Wands here with the King of Swords in reverse, and I just have to point it out with the Four of Pentacles. Being blocked off from what it is you want, not allowing yourself to move forward, because really what it is that you're ignoring it. You're ignoring that very important piece of you, and you're indecisive here with the King of Swords in reverse and the Emperor in reverse. The lack of clarity. The lack of clarity, the lack of truth. It's just about getting in your heart. And I know that's easier said than done. I know it's easier said than done. But once you get that, once you reclaim this, oh yeah, happy birthday, happy birthday. Once you reclaim that, you're going to get the Nine of Cups. You're going to have the Ace of Cups. You're going to have Justice upright, right? You deserve to reclaim that part of you. Anyone here who's resonating with this, you deserve to reclaim that part of you. You deserve to have your heart open to be received and to be given to, right? You deserve that experience. And Spirit is basically like, you're at a point where as much as you want to progress, you need to remember this. You need to remember this piece of you. You need to reclaim this piece of you, and you need to do it ASAP. Okay? But how? I mean, there's all kind excuse me. There's all kinds of like techniques and tools and things out there. Honestly, like, I mean, it's not, how do I want to say this? There are no shortcuts. I'm gonna put it that way. Because this is all about work. This is all about self-work. You can even say some of this could be shadow work, some of this could be inner child work, right? But it's work. It's the work of being honest with yourself, definitely being able to maintain a connection to self from within, and being able to be honest with yourself about what is going on inside of you, right? So something that I would recommend is literally hermiting for a little bit, not having distractions, not having people up in your field, so you could just be in your energy to start, and then literally taking time to talk to yourself, get to know yourself, be able to do breath work, grounding exercises, meditations that allow you to drop into the body. Like, when was the last time you actually just touched your chest and just touched your heart and actually put your awareness down into your chest, down into your heart, to see what was going on there? What feelings come up in that space? What feelings come up in the quiet darkness when you're just alone with you and yourself and your feelings, right? It's that kind of stuff. But it takes honesty and it takes accountability. Like, I think a lot of people want shortcuts for this kind of stuff, and there's just not. There's just not. There's just not. But I have full faith in you, Geminis. I have full faith in you. Okay? Remember, you deserve this. You deserve that experience. Okay? Oh, it's making my heart hurt. Like literally now my chest is hurting as I kept talking about that energy. All right, let's move on. We're gonna do another spread here. Probably should not be drinking coffee, but I really want coffee. First house stellium, those are daily conversations. But not everybody's there, right? And that's the other thing too. It's like that's also something that needs to be revisited, I think, for everybody. Like no matter like how far you are in your journey, how I don't know, evolved you think you are or enlightened you are, it's like staying in the heart for some people is not always that easy. And we slip. We're humans. We're still human beings. We're not going to be perfect at it. And so we need those reminders to come back. It's like I think also because you guys were coming up as the Queen of Pentacles so heavily, and like you're so stable in the pentacle, in the physical, in the earth, that it's like, how do I want to say this? That you almost need to retract yourself from like the physical for a little while in order to address that, to deal with that. It's like you've been maintaining the physical a lot. So for some of you, it could be that maybe you have been getting caught up in adulting just too much, you know, over relationship with Gemini, relationship with self. Oh my God, my chest is hurting so bad talking about this. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's do a different spread. I definitely want to get into the animals because you guys know. You guys know I love the animals. And they always have some very interesting messages for us. All right. Let's do it. This is the, for those guys who are new, this is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, and it should be linked below. Okay. Okay. Any messages or insights for Gemini? For my Jimmy Gems. Ooh, it's getting stubborn. It's getting stubborn. Don't get stubborn on me, Gemini. It's getting stubborn. Oh. The second read might relate to the first because my heart is still hurting a lot after that first reading. So maybe we're gonna get deeper into emotional here, but we'll see. We'll see what comes up. We'll see what comes up. They're showing me a spider. We'll see if spider comes out. Spider is a really great energy because to me it's actually very Virgo, which is your sister sign, but it's about co-creation. It's about co-creation, manifestation, networking, how we build, right? And how we build with others. Yeah, I'm getting spider. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Yeah, they keep showing me that spider very strongly. They're also showing me a lot of red, which I think also makes sense because like the collective has been in a huge wave of working on root chakra, and so you could have some root stuff going on right now too. Red's also just a strong power color, especially for trying to get things done too. As I say that, cheetah. If anyone's gonna jump to the task to do stuff, it's gonna be cheetah. Cheetah is like the Eight of Wands card to me, and it is the element of fire. And like I said, it is fast a moving. It is fast a moving. You're eager to get moving on stuff, Gemini. Okay, yeah, oh yeah, this feels very busy. This feels very, very busy and ready to jump into creative projects, ready to jump into social situations, just ready to do, ready to experience. Very, very strong in the root chakra. For some of you guys, this might be what's coming after you go through the experience of the first spread, but I do feel like for a lot of you, maybe there's going to be a different group of Geminis. But again, take it as it resonates, your own discernment here. But this reading is for Geminis who are ready. Oh, wow. Okay, then we have oyster. You're breaking out of oyster. This is breaking out of hermit mode. This is breaking out of isolation. So yeah, definitely feel like this is what is to come for the Geminis that work through their stuff in the first spread, because this is the energy of progress. This is the energy of movement. This is the energy of I'm breaking out, and I'm here, and I'm doing, and I'm not gonna stop. Wow. Wow. Okay, Geminis. What are you going to be getting yourself into here? Ooh. Ooh, I got chills. Ooh, look at that. Just soak that in. So you got so much fire. It's not even funny. Tiger with unicorn. These two cards together really screams to me like a third eye opening. I only say that because the unicorn is the third eye chakra, and the tiger speaks to spiritual awakenings and coming into your own power, coming into your own empowerment, ferocity, and also awareness. There's a lot of awareness that comes with the tiger card in this deck. So that's what it speaks to me, is a third eye opening. But this is a huge stepping into your own capability. There's also an energy about this too that feels like you're just taking control of things. You're just taking control of your life, and you're just not going to stop. But the unicorn speaks to you being able to see that now. There's also a little of a Piscean energy here too. I'm getting Pisces, Aries. Some of you guys could be cuspers in one of your placements, or you could be dealing with one of those. The video's breaking up a lot. Oh no. Oh no. Is it happening for all of you, or just Angie? Let me know. Quickly. Let me know. Is the video breaking up for you guys? It's good. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Anyway, coming back. Yeah, I'm getting a strong like Pisces, Aries, cuspy energy here. So that could just be part of your chart, or again, just could be someone that you're dealing with. Not necessary, but I'm just getting that. Pisces meets Aries. This awareness, this also expanded awareness is what it is. Yeah, it's expanded consciousness, and then also like talking about having access to truth, right? That is literally the unicorn in the third eye chakra. And tiger is being able to see it, understand it, and act from it. But in a very like ferocious, powerful way. And then we get Cobra, another fire card. This actually came out a lot in the weekly. Cobra can sometimes be a teacher, mentor energy. Sometimes it's also energy of like wait, of take a pause. I'm gonna sit with Cobra for a minute. Cobra's been very elusive in the readings lately. So it's like every time it comes out, I gotta sit with it for a second. This feels like spirit. This feels like spirit. For some of you guys, it's coming out as a spiritual guide, or an ancestor even. But yeah, this feels like the eye of spirit is here. That's why I feel like Cobra is here. It's the eye of spirit. I feel like this is also for Geminis who are probably going to be having consistent check-ins. Consistent check-ins with spirit. Some of you guys are going to start developing a deeper, more committed, thank you, more committed is what they said, more committed spiritual practice, especially when it comes to your intuition and being able to actually communicate with spirit. It's going to help with your discernment a lot, but that's why Cobra's here. I feel like it's actually like the energy of spirit backing up Saturn and almost said inverted, Saturn retrograde Pisces. Like keeping an eye on things, but also trying to maintain this very clear connection with you, like how disciplined you're being. Yeah, with how disciplined you're being with yourself, how focused you're being. That's so Saturn. That's very interesting. I recommend really getting a spiritual practice locked in. And I want to say daily. I mean, to each their own, but I want to say daily. You've got a guide here that wants to work with you very directly. And there's a sternness to it. There's a sternness about it. Like stay on your P's and Q's kind of sternness. Anything else for Geminis pertaining to this spread? I just got strong Queen of Wands energy too. We'll see if she comes out when we do tarot. Anything else for my Geminis? Like the first read was all water. This is like all fire. If we need any more fire, the sacral was sea serpent, and it landed directly on the tiger. Yeah, this is very much like very, very strong in unlocking gifts, unlocking power, opening the gates. Sea serpent, like I said, represents the sacral, so it also represents creative expression, fertility, sexual energy. Very, very Queen of Wands. Very Queen of Wands. This is also giving you a very direct line of sight and a very direct path. Full clarity, no confusion whatsoever. So again, if you related to the first reading, if you take the time to do that kind of work, this is what you can probably expect to come as a result of it. Um, it's, yeah, I can't get away from this, like the line of sight. I can't get away from that feeling, almost like a predator has like eyes locked on their prey. Not saying you're hunting somebody down, but it has that feeling, right? It's like, especially with the eyes of the tiger, like those eyes are so penetrating and so focused. Even spirit working with you, their eyes are so penetrating, so focused, and then it's like, boom, you pounce. You pounce for the target, you pounce for the prey. But I can feel it. It is coming with a lot of communing, a lot of sitting with self. And leaping when you're ready, leaping at the right moment, not impulsively. Yeah, not impulsively. Very empowering. All right, we like it. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards. Ooh, since it's so empowering and since we have the tiger and it's so fiery, let's do this one. I'm so in love with this deck, it's not even funny. So this deck is called the Sacred Cats Tarot, and I don't know if this is still what she goes by, but Amber Cat Oracles is the creator of this deck, and it's just, I love it. I just love it. I think any Leo would love it too, just because it's cats, but anyway. Any messages or insights for Gemini? Interesting. I just felt this wave of temptation. I just felt this wave of like distraction. Stay focused. Just stay focused. Really good. I don't want to use the word boundaries. I'm so over the word boundaries. I want a different word at this point. I'm feeling that kind of energy around you, like boundaries, protection. Almost, it's your field. Okay, that's what it is. It's like your field is really strong coming out of this energy, moving into Cheetah. Your field is really, really strong. So don't be surprised if people like try to connect with you, but they can't. Or they try to call you and if the calls don't go through, like weird stuff like that. So don't be surprised if that happens. Okay. Any messages or insights from my Geminis pertaining to this spread? Eight of Water. Moving on. Oh, love this deck. God, it's like, this looks like it's been painted too, and just like the technique is just so cool. Anyway, sorry. Eight of Cups. So yeah, moving on up. Moving on up, moving out, leaving the past behind. And also very fast because you have Cheetah right there too. So really nice. The Eight of Cups always leads to the 10. Or it's in pursuit of the 10. It's actually the card of like quest to move on and move forward, especially emotionally. Woo! With Clarity, King of Air. A lot of, okay, very similar cards to the first reading, but these cards are upright. King of Air, King of Swords, Intelligence, Tough, and Strategist, because you are very freaking clear. I mean, you just are. Like I said, you're just eyes on the target. You're just very, very clear. You know what you need to leave behind. But again, what you're leaving behind to me feels emotional. It feels like it's like part of a heart clearing is what it feels like to me. And it's letting go of attachments oh, thank you. They just brought up the Devil card. Yeah, letting go of some serious attachments or codependencies or anything like that. Anything where you're like, I need this thing to get by emotionally, right? It's getting rid of that stuff. I need this relationship to get by emotionally, or I need this habit to get by emotionally, like all of that stuff. Because all that stuff, all it is just false grounding, right? All that stuff just makes us have a false sense of security and fulfillment when really it really holds us back, and it actually leaves other parts of us unclaimed. And it also leads us to work way more with the external for fulfillment than inside of ourselves, right? So it's like none of that stuff is really good for us. It's basically security blankets that come with chains. It's like basically what all that stuff comes with, right? Anyway, getting rid of all that stuff. If you have any of those left is actually what I just heard. If you have any of those left, because some of you do. Some of you guys have done a lot of that cleaning out already. Yeah, sorry, they want me to speak on this. Yeah, some of you guys have done a lot of that clearing out already, and it's more about like getting way more clear on the steps ahead on the future versus the stuff you've just released. But some of you guys, it's about both. Okay. Anything else for Gemini? Two of Cups. That's a cool Two of Cups. I actually really enjoy this card. Two of Cups. Remember when I felt that wave of temptation? And I was like, just stay focused. I should have called it. I should have called it because I felt like it was like relationships or people. And here we have relationships and people. Landing on Sea Serpent and Tiger. Some of these relationships will totally be distractions. It's also, too, a question of how much you're living for yourself versus other people. Yeah, how much are you living for yourself versus other people? How much time and energy and emotions are you giving to yourself within the container of you versus other relationships? I don't even feel like this is going to be hard choices around this when you're in this energy because you're so empowered in this energy. Are you tiger with cheetah and unicorn? Like you're so empowered and you're so clear that it's like I don't think you're going to have a tough time discerning relationships and how much you are dedicating yourself to them versus yourself. I don't think you're gonna have a tough time with that. Other people might have a hard time receiving that, but I don't think you will. Yeah, look, your card on the bottom, Knight of Swords. Yeah, you're not gonna have a problem with that. But it's totally there. It's totally present. Okay. Because it's also a matter too, hold on, I gotta stop. They want me to talk a lot about this. In this tiger energy, it's also a matter too of who can really handle you being in your power like that. Not everybody can handle that. I would say very few people can handle other people being in their power unless they're in their own power and they're just focused on themselves, because that's where we should be, right? We should be focused on ourselves. Yeah, not all people can handle that. And you're going to know very quickly who can and who can't. Because when you're in this, you're not codependent. You're not attached to people. Like not in that kind of a way, you know. It's like you got shit you want to do, you got stuff that you're focused on, and you're living your life passionately, right? Like that's your priority in this energy. And it's not saying that you're being selfish, like not in a way where you're hurting people, right? That's not what I'm speaking to. It's about making your life about you, which is what it should be. And once you've met your own needs, right? Once you've had enough of your own self-care, it's like, yeah, then you can, start to give to other people and etc. But it's like we do have to come first in our own lives, right? Anyway, they really want me to talk a lot about that. Anything else for my Geminis pertaining to this spread? So you guys are going to travel. That's coming up pretty strongly too. Whether it's a vacation or you guys might move. Like I don't feel like I don't feel like you're going to be very stationary once you hit the cheetah energy. Whoa. Star card in reverse with the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is the container of our life. It's everything that encompasses our physical stability, our health, our wealth, things like that. It also speaks to legacy as well and family. Star card being in reverse there. This feels like a dream. This feels like a dream. Ooh, okay. So this is coming through in a couple different ways. Some of you are going to have to make some choices when it comes to your 10 of Pentacles, when it comes to your home, your job, again, the container of your life and how you're living. Because I feel all this like movement and travel coming up for you, like not being very stationary. But I feel like what's driving that is your heart and your passion. But it almost seems a little bit like you might have to sacrifice parts of your 10 of Pentacles. Like aspects of your job or aspects of how you're living in order to follow your passion and follow your heart and really live out of that like tiger cheetah energy. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's coming with a shift of focus and it's coming with a shift of priorities, which means the way your life is going to look is going to be different. Yeah. Some people might feel like you're giving up on like on some really good things or that you're giving up on a dream, but what you're really doing is actually fulfilling a dream. Is what you're really doing. You're fulfilling your soul is what you're really doing. But pay attention. Definitely pay attention to spirit because I feel like Cobra's wanting to come through in this card in these cards as well. And again, it's just spirit trying to guide you. Spirit trying to help you with your discernment there. Okay. Let's see if any other cards want to come out. Anything else for Gemini? Ooh. Okay. Some more past energy that you're breaking away from, it looks like. Alright. Okay. Alright, so we got a fat chunk of cards that came out here. We have Devil in reverse with the Ace of Pentacles. Whoa, ho, look at that with Chariot and the King of Cups. You're free. Oh, you are free. Look, Devil in reverse, and look at that. Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the King of Water. Your heart is open. You are connected to it. And look, Cheetah. As the Chariot, Cheetah running full force to a new experience. To the Ace of Earth. Remember what I said too, that you might have to make some changes to your Ten of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles confirms those changes that you'll be making here. Wow. Unstoppable. We love it. We love it. I don't think there's anything else to be said about this reading. This is pretty badass. I'm like excited for you guys. You love vision boards. Vision boards are cool. I haven't done one in a bit because of like all the moving and stuff. Hard to maintain a vision board when you gotta move so often, but that's pretty cool. Wow. I'm just excited for you. I'm just very, very excited for you. Wow. All right. Are we gonna do another spread? I got enough light. I could do another spread. We'll do a third. Rocking it, Geminis. All right, let's see. That past life deck is calling again. I'm like, every time that deck calls me, things get so dense and so heavy and so serious. Meanwhile, I'm anxious. Oh, don't be anxious. You're fine. You're totally fine. Everything's gonna be fine. You want a personal reading? Is that a thing? So I have a new site right now. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's do this little update really quick. I should have done a video on this, but like I said, I had some family stuff come up like right as I launched the new site, and I just like there are just certain things I didn't get to. So there's still BOMISpirit, BOMIspirit.com. That's the site where everybody's featured, myself included. And then there's my site, Island Turtle Magic, which should be listed below, I think. I don't know if I got around to doing that. Let me know if I didn't. I'll just look at some point and see that if I did or didn't. So it's gonna say that I offer sessions, but you're gonna try to book and then you can't book basically because I'm not in a space yet to do that. It's there. Oh, thank you. I'm not in a space to get back to those yet. I don't have like enough flow yet in my life to do that just yet. But when I'm able to, I'm gonna announce it because there's been a couple people that have been able to actually book accidentally, and so I've had to tell them like, I'm sorry, I'm not ready yet. So yeah, I'll make an announcement when I'm taking bookings, and every time I go back to doing sessions, they're always different kind of readings. Like these last ones were all astrology based sessions, which were really fun, honestly. They were super fun. I really enjoyed working with people with their charts. I learned a lot. Excuse me. And then before that, it was doing tarot readings and channelings and just sitting with the person and just having, providing whatever it is they needed in that session, basically. So when it's time, who knows what kind of sessions they're going to be. It might be an interesting variety to choose from. Okay, but let's get to the last spread. Oh, Beyond Lemuria is calling. Are we about to go very galactic? Beyond Lemuria is calling. Immediately the card that's jumping out to me, like the deck isn't even out yet, I'm like literally pulling it to me, is the Mount Shasta card. So this is the deck. That definitely should be listed below. Would you ever teach how to read astrology? That is also something I want to do. I want to make a course, and that's something I was getting ready to do, and then I had to move. And I was so pissed because I had everything organized, and I was literally going to start recording to do the courses. And then I had to move. So anyway, all things I'd like to do, all in their own time. But anyway, so the card in this deck that's jumping out at me is the Mount Shasta card. The Mount Shasta card speaks to activating locations. It's not just about Mount Shasta. It's about ley lines. It's about grid work. It's about vortexes and things like that, like Sedona, Mount Shasta, Hawaii, Mount Zion, like all those things, right? All those things, all those kinds of places. And I remember what I was getting with you, Gemini. I was getting traveling, so some of y'all might be called to some places. But let's see. Any messages or insights from the Geminis? Any messages or insights from my Geminis? Ooh. Evolution just threw itself out at me for you. It literally, I wish you guys could have seen it. It literally went, flah. It just like flew out of the deck. Evolution comes out as a card of challenge. Now, it's not a bad card. It's a card of victory over hard times, is what I mean by challenge. Oh. What just happened? That was weird. Are you guys still here? Hello? Let me know you guys are still here. It just did a really, really weird glitchy thing as I pulled this card up and started talking about it. Nothing? Hi? So nothing happened on your guys' end? Wait, yes, it did? Here, okay. Nope, didn't see anything. Okay. So weird. Okay. Because like, okay, so just like when I'm looking at this live for any of you guys who don't have the live feature on YouTube, there's a little X at the top. When you're done going live, you click it and then you can like go off the live. The X disappeared and then it said 0 people. And I was like, oh shit. And I thought it like literally stopped the live or something. But anyway, there might be some activations going on in this reading. Okay, so here we have evolution. So this card comes out when there's difficulties, there's challenges, but getting through it, finding victory in it, finding your way of overcoming them, accomplishing them, and having growth in the midst of that. That's why this card is out here. And, if the last couple of readings were to say anything, would definitely indicate that, yeah, definitely some not so easy energies, especially in that first spread, right? So coming out of a rough time, but being victorious over it. Okay. I'm dying. Okay. Anything else for my Geminis? I feel like this reading is going to be more just like spiritual support. Like spirit being like, Gemini, you're fine. Just like confirmation that like everything is okay is kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this reading already. That everything is okay and there are really cool times ahead. Yeah, luminescence. This is love of self. You see how her heart is all lit up and she's working with the waves of her own heart space. That's what this card speaks to. Oh, thank you for the $10, Stellium. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, you guys are like super generous today. Super sweet. So this card, excuse me, this is about having that light of your heart, right? Being tuned into it, having it turned on, having it shine bright. But that's a self-love energy. That's a taking care of the heart energy. And that's being at home within yourself, being at home within your heart space. This whole Venus retrograde period, people's hearts are going to be blasting open all over the place. All right. All over the place. It's just that kind of vibe. And then here you are coming out of this challenging time with your heart open and your heart on and learning to sit in that. I want to say longer, because I feel like you guys have probably had a lot of like phases throughout your life where you've been in your heart, and then maybe something caused you to not be in your heart anymore, or maybe you get caught up in your head and then you're not really in your heart anymore, right? So yeah, so that's what I'm getting with this. Oh, excuse me, I just got very nasally. Anything else for my Geminis? Whoa! Did you guys see that? I wonder if that caught on camera. Ooh, all right. We got some new information for my Geminis. The throat chakra. We've had a lot of chakra cards come out for you guys, like in these readings. We've had the third eye, we've had the sacral, now we have the throat. I picked up on the root. That's like almost all of them except, well, and the heart. We've been working with the heart space a lot. So the only one we haven't talked about is the crown and the solar. But anyway, the throat chakra card. The butterfly is screaming at me, like for the symbol of transformation for you guys. Having a throat chakra come out here, especially when we have so much heart chakra energy, they're neighbors, right? So anything that is compromising the third eye or the heart is going to affect the throat, because it's about the flow of energy. And if that flow of energy can't be there, it can't be there, right? It's going to compromise other chakra points. That's like everything's interconnected, right? It's like, sorry, it's like such a spiel I want to go on right now. So let me back up. Let me get a little more organized in my thoughts. No matter what chakra you're talking about, whether it's the root, the crown, the solar, whatever, it always comes back to the heart. So this is something that I actually channeled through with the Arcturians, like I want to say a couple of years ago at this point. Was I in Hawaii? Yeah, I was in Hawaii. So sometime in the last couple of years, that it always comes from the heart, because the heart is this portal for all things in the soul and etc. Right? So even though we have these other chakra points, which are kind of their own portals in and of themselves, if the heart is compromised, everything else is going to be compromised, because you're not accessing your emotions, you're not accessing your soul, you're not accessing your passion, you're not accessing spirit if that part of you is compromised. Okay, so even though we have throat chakra here, just remember it always comes back to the heart. It's always about the heart. All right. Anyway, so coming to the throat chakra. So some of you guys could have had some trouble. I mean, you're Geminis. I find it very hard. You could have had trouble speaking your truth, but I shouldn't jump to that conclusion. That is a judgment. I'm not going to jump to that assumption. But this card coming out indicates that you are going to go through a bit more of an opening when it comes to your throat. Some of you guys, it's going to come through in the form of writing, singing, just even being more communicative, being more at peace with your own truth and owning your own truth and embodying your own truth. That's also very much the throat chakra as well. But because the heart is going to be so much more active and open, everything else will be too, especially the neighboring chakras like the throat or even the solar. But I love the butterfly. I can't stop looking at the butterfly. Butterflies might be, and dragonflies, actually. The dragonflies just caught my eye in this one too in the background. There's dragonflies back there. They may be important symbols for you, synchronicities for you. They both kind of speak to transformation. Dragonfly to me is much more like the third eye. But butterfly really to me speaks about that transformation. Hold on, there's something else that wants to come through here. There's also this energy too of, it comes down to gratitude. God, it's on the tip of my tongue. Walking in beauty. The concept, that shamanic concept of walking in beauty, right? Beautiful life. It's having that gratitude for all things that are beautiful and just things that you are truly grateful for, and that literally adds more beauty to life. I feel like you're also starting to shift your perspective of yourself in that way as well, having more gratitude for yourself, having more things about yourself that you find are beautiful. Okay, people might even say your voice is different. That just came through as well, that the way you actually speak has changed, or the tone of your voice is different. So much blue. So much blue in these 3 cards. Anything else for my Geminis? Ooh, just the 3. Just the 3. Evolution, luminescence, and the throat chakra. And then overall energy, we have stepping through. Ooh! Sorry, I got excited. I love this card. And the sound of the universe. I love this card so much. And I think it's perfect because you also got the throat chakra. And that throat chakra also coincides with sound as well. That's a whole other thing. That I actually, okay, so that's like a whole other course I wanted to do. There's so many things I want to do. There's so many ideas. There's just such little time. I wanted to do a chakra course for a chakra course, and then also an elemental course. That's like coincides with the chakras. Anyway, so the throat chakra coincides with the element of sound. And so here you have the sound of the universe coming out right behind stepping through. Stepping through also kind of has that theme too. You can see how she's just like having all these energies move through her. It is about that surrender of self and surrender to spirit and surrender to flow and really allowing yourself to go to places without having too much thought, too much resistance, etc. But the sound of the universe literally speaks to so many things. The healing power of sound. It also speaks to being so much more sensitive, right, to just your environment and to all things that you actually, even like clairaudience, for example, is spoken of in this card. But it also is an indication of being able to have that connection with spirit on a whole other level and understanding vibrations and frequencies and experiencing them on a whole other level. It's a whole other level of sensitivity. But sound and music, and the power of those things, especially for transmutation, is coming through with that card as well. And I was getting that with you with the throat chakra. So just very cool. So you guys might be coming in some really cool gifts there. But yeah, I honestly want to say, like, this reading is really more so just for spirit to be like, everything's working out. Everything's okay. You know, just do your best. It's all we ever can do, really, is do our best. Be honest, be accountable, etc. Work with spirit as much as we can. Work with ourselves as much as we can. That's really what I feel like is the whole point of this reading coming through. Let's pull some cards. Ooh, let's do Midnight Magic. That feels appropriate. Any messages or insights from your Geminis? They keep pulling me back to the Mount Shasta card. So yeah, definitely, if you're pulled to a place, go. Go. Oh, this card's getting a little stiff. Okay, there we go. Got to tell these cards to behave. Chariot in reverse and the Four of Pentacles. This is so I feel like this reading's bringing everything full circle from all the different spreads. And again, you might resonate with all of them or just one of them, especially if like you've already gone through 1 and 2. You're like, you know what I mean? Anyway, Chariot in reverse with the Four of Pentacles. This is stuck. This is stuck. And that was coming through on evolution. That's the challenge. That's the challenge that you're moving through, that you're overcoming, Gemini. And if you've overcome it already, you overcome it already. Everybody's in a different spot, but that's why those cards are there. This is like a resistance to change. It's a resistance to change. Trying to hold on to what's normal. What you think is working. It's interesting how that was wanted to be said. What you think is working. Any messages or insights from your Geminis? Okay, sorry, there's a lot of dense energy in these two cards. So we have 10 of Swords and 4 Swords in reverse. There's a 6 of Swords energy there, which I'm very grateful for. That 10 of Swords and the 4 Swords in reverse, I feel like that's actually coming back to the heart here. Because when you have 4 Swords in reverse, it's like it can indicate coming out of a period of recovery and like being a hermit or really needing to take a time out. And with the 10 of Swords being there, with the 6 tells me this is needing to take some time to reflect. This is needing to take some self-care. Time for some self-care here. The 10 of Swords might even coincide with the Tower that came with the first spread, almost like there is a sudden change that you need to deal with, and what it's doing is forcing you to reflect and forcing you to take care of yourself, forcing you to look at yourself. But it's also creating the 6, which means it's creating some sense of being able to move forward, being able to have some clarity so that you can move on to different things or adapt to certain changes that are happening or even need to happen. Okay. Anything else for my Geminis? Yeah, I feel like this reading's just like a summation of the first and the second. Like, again, full circle. Anything else for my Geminis? Do we even need the cards? The Fool and the 6 of Swords. I love my job. My vocation, if you will. My calling, my path. Luminescence with the Fool and the 6 of Swords. Doing that work, taking that time, right, liberates you, puts you in that heart space, opens you up, puts you in the full energy, ready to move forward, ready to take some risks, ready to make changes or embrace certain changes, even if you're changing things that other people are going to judge you for, or you're following your heart in a way where people are like, you're crazy. And you're like, no, I'm not. I'm living fully. I'm living from my soul, right? I'm living by my own rules, etc. But yeah, 6 of Swords, that 6 of Swords I talked about showing up there with that forward movement. I keep getting travel, guys. I keep getting travel. People might call you crazy. But you're Geminis. People probably do that innately just because they go, oh, you're a Gemini, you must be crazy. I know Geminis get that rap. Any messages or insights from my Geminis? Ooh, beautiful. 6 of Swords to the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is it's passion, it's desire, it's following that, right? And it's also a path of excitement. Justice and the Page of Pentacles. It just gets better. It's honestly just getting better from here on out, Gemini. It's like, I mean, look at this. The Fool with the 6 of Swords, moving into the Ace of Wands, excited for life again, passionate, right? Full of passion. And then you have the Justice upright, which remember what I said from the first reading, if you do the work, Justice is going to flip upright and it's going to go in your favor. Excuse me. And then we have Page of Pentacles. Pages come out when we are, especially with like aces. Well, hey, let me come back. When we have aces and pages come out, it's usually a good indication that it's much more about a new perspective or some new ideas, right? And with the Page of Pentacles, that's plans. That's like very solid plans or new ideas about money or new ideas about security. And it's like, it's exactly what's necessary. For some of you guys, it's also about allies too. Some allies might be coming into the picture for you, which is perfect. Let's see. Page of Pentacles also comes out when we're picking up new hobbies. When we're getting into something that we want to gain more skill in. Like a student. Think like a student. Like Page of Pentacles and Page of Swords are kind of like students. Anything else for my Geminis? So if you guys watch the weekly, especially if you watch the New Moon Live Gemini that I did, the New Moon Live video for, the live video I did for the New Moon Gemini on Patreon, which is also on Vimeo now, I talked about how we only have 2 choices, the Devil or the Lovers. And the New Moon Gemini is making that very evident, and we're still under that energy. And here we have the Lovers, which is your card. Making that choice that is aligned to spirit, your soul, your truth, your passion, etc., etc., etc. But with the Page of Pentacles, and like I said, some of you guys have allies coming in. You could be having people coming in that are definitely loyal. Friendship based is what I want to say, no matter what that evolves into later on, and where there is this sort of spiritually guided kinship there. Soul family, soul recognition. Overall, the Tower. The Tower that causes it all. Yes, and remember what I said, the Tower is a good thing? Look what it's giving you. It's temperance. Temperance. And what I love about that too, that also confirms that this Tower is not just unavoidable, but Spirit is really guiding the hand of this Tower. Like, I mean, Spirit is always there. Spirit's always guiding us. Spirit's always supporting us. But Spirit is like really on your ass, Gemini. And is like, we're going to make this Tower happen. So Gemini can get to it. So Gemini can get the healing that Gemini needs. Gemini can find the balance that they need and move into this really empowered, heart on, heart open sort of space. The Tower, even if it doesn't feel like in the beginning, is bringing you peace. It's bringing you peace. It's bringing you peace. Wow. It's also showing you something. Hold on a second. This is what was underneath Temperance. The Moon, the King of Cups, and the Page of Wands. Remember what I said what the Tower is showing you in the first spread? It's showing you the state of your heart, the state of your heart chakra. With the Moon, with the King of Cups, and the Page of Wands, this is what's been hidden from you, from yourself. Your own King of Cups energy, your own fire and water energy, your own Page of Wands energy. This has been hidden from you. This has been buried in your subconscious or buried in your shadow. It's been buried or it's been blocked off. And that's why the Tower is here with Temperance, to reveal that to you. Okay? I mean, it just keeps going. Then we get Three of Wands, which is like making moves to move on to new horizons and waiting for the results of your actions. Like, it's just keeps going. Anyway, love when we get extra confirmation like that. So Geminis, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. You guys got 3 readings, which I thought was pretty cool. And you got some cool stuff ahead. I'm excited for you guys. I am. And if you guys are still in this energy here, where you're kind of uncertain, you're kind of feeling stuck, you're holding on to the way things have been, it's time for change, Gemini. I hate to break it to you, but you're Gemini. You can handle it. It's time for change, and the change starts with the self. It starts here for you. It's all about here for you. And then once you do that, once you go here and you deal with whatever's going on there, I mean, it's going to be very natural progression forward, like very natural, okay? Oh, thank you. I like, every time I want to say your username, I gotta like take a minute before I say it. Thank you, Tiki Booyah, thank you. Thank you so much for your time and energy. You're amazing. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Amber. Go ahead, Melanie. Oh, well, now I only have Gem and Chiron, and this is hitting today. We also just have the new moon Gemini, too. So it's like there's probably some collective stuff in there, too. So, yeah. Hug Clyde for us. I will. The second I stop recording, he's gonna go meh, 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 and he's gonna like go crazy for attention. He always knows when I'm working, and the second I'm done, he knows. Oh, I already heard him. He's like, oh, she's getting ready to go off. She's getting ready. Like he got all like heard his claws come out. Anyway, you guys are so welcome. And again, thank you guys for coming out, and thank you to everybody who sent me the super chats. Super sweet and very generous of you guys. I love doing these. I love my work. And yeah, just happy to be here, honestly. Happy to be here, happy to be able to do this. Thank you, Roden. What a great gift on my birthday. Oh, you're welcome. Happy birthday. Yes, and happy birthdays, Geminis. I hope you guys had a great birthday season. And I will see you guys soon, okay? If anybody did the timestamps, thank you. If not, that's okay. I'm sure someone at some point will do them if they weren't done. But either way, not too worried about it. But I'm going to hop off. And don't forget to check out the new websites, Island Turtle Magic and BOMISpirit as well. Social media stuff has been updated, so check that stuff out too. I'm trying to do more like TikTok and shorts not my favorite thing. I find them to be very unnatural. um, but it is what it is. So, uh, yeah, so I'm going to be doing those from time to time, just so you guys know. But I'm going to go now. I'm going to stop rambling. Again, love you guys. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.